Yo, 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 it's your boy, Marky Marks Tarot. Let me see if everything is working. Yeah, already. The fuck? Okay, cool. What does it What the fuck? Oh, hey, Lucky. How you doing? You can hear me? Good. My day was started off frustrating, but only because I was working and the rain was aggravating, and it's rained all day today. It finally stopped like about maybe like 2 hours ago. It finally stopped, but it rained for like at least 6 hours straight, and it almost ruined my work day, but it didn't. 'Cause right after I finished work, it poured. So I got finished just in time, but it still aggravated me. But I still got the job done, and that's what that mattered. And as soon as I left the guy's house, the heavens opened and it poured. And I was like, holy shit. Thank God I just finished because doing electrical work outside and raining is not a good combination. I was like, no, no, I'm not doing that. But I turned all the electricity off anyway, so I wasn't going to get shocked. But it's still not good to have wet tools and hands and electrical stuff. It's not good. So I had to wipe some of the things off, and then it worked. Everything worked. No one's called to complain, so I guess we're good. I'm happy everything worked out. But at first, it was annoying because I was supposed to make 9:30. I ended up making 10 o'clock because the rain was annoying. It was like showing on the radar that it was there, but not really. So I took a risk. I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go." So then when I called my client, he wasn't even expecting me to come because of the weather. And I said, look, it looks like we're going to have a break for about an hour and a half. So that's all I'm going to need to do the job. But I ended up staying there for 2 hours and a half because he adds more shit on there for me to do. And I went through a lot of bullshit to fix everything. But in the end, he gave me a fist bump and said, I did a fantastic job up against the odds and up against bullshit. So yeah, all was good. I'm glad it all worked out. But it definitely was the retrograde today again. With all that electrical shit, nothing was going my way. Then the first light I put up was such a fucking pain in the ass. Then the second one I put up was not as much as a pain in the ass because I had already went through the pain in the ass the first time. And then I changed the old rusty AC box, and it was a nightmare to change that. Then I finally got it to work, and I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" I went through all this bullshit just to like change this little box because everything was rusty. And the guy that I work for, he's like 77 years old, and he's like this old rich guy, right? And he's like, he had hip replacement and knees replacement, so he can't stand for a long period of time. So he brought out a stool and sat on the stool like 10 feet away from me. I was watching me work, and he would pass me tools if I needed. So he aggravated the shit out of me too by, being there questioning me. He always does. He's like, "Oh, did you turn off the breaker for that? I don't want you to get hurt. Oh, you got to turn on. Oh, did you turn it back on? Because it's not on yet." I said, "Well, when you turn on the AC, it's not the fan's not gonna come on right away." But I said, "You see the green light? It says it's on." "Oh, okay, okay, okay." So he's like, and I feel like sometimes I feel like telling him, if you know all this shit, why don't you fucking do it then? But he just loves being a pain in the ass. He's a Virgo, so yeah, that should explain it. Hey Teresa, how you doing? Teresa's calling me Turkey now. Drive safe. Since I've been in property management since 2006, I never really understand electrics, though I kind of made aware of harmonics since we had a shitty electrical system here. But that's about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's uh I have no idea. Yeah, I can't stand people observing me either. But on while I work electrical, because it gets annoying. And he knew I was annoyed, and I said fuck a few times, but he doesn't care. He swears too, right? And I was like, this fucking screw won't come out, this fucking thing. And then he goes, man, it's always a fucking pain in the ass with something. And then he thought the company gave him the wrong electrical box. And I said, well, let me just check first. And I said, that looks like a 110. Maybe it isn't a 110. Maybe it is a 220. I said, I won't be able to find out until I like actually, look at it. And yeah, she's NET. It's cool. Uh, I've been called other things. It's cool. You can't hear me? You might have to actually I sure she can't hear me. Yeah, my volume's working. So it's cool. Mechanical equipment and plumbing, yeah. So I'm not into plumbing, but I know some plumbing, you know. And yeah. So anything to do with the house property management, that's what I do anyway. That's my life. I do property management every day. I take care of this guy's property pretty much. Hey, love and life, how you doing? Happy Friday. How you doing? It's Friday and you ain't got a job. That's all right. You got Marky. You got your sanity. You got your health. You got your children. You got a home. You got a bed to sleep in. You ain't out on the streets. And you always have an option. OnlyFans. If I was a woman, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be on OnlyFans every night. Let me see how much dumbasses want to send me money. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Do you have Verizon? Can you hear me now? I ain't got shit. You do. You can hear me now? Good. So I tell you had to refresh. You need a manager? Well, then get one then. You ain't got shit to do. Yeah. Oh, OnlyFans. Oh, right, right. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I can't even help you because I don't know anything about OnlyFans. All I know is it's a place you make money for showing your shit. That's all I know. I never been there a day in my life. I never will because I ain't spending no money over there. I don't like looking at women through a camera. I want to see them live and direct. I need to feel, touch, and see. I can't be looking at no cameras and seeing somebody. That shit would be like AI and shit. No, no. All I know is it's a place to make money for women. You know, touch me, baby. Yeah, they just want to talk. Yeah. See, Love and Life. Lucky don't have a job either. She bullshitting too. She ain't got no job. Teresa's knocked off or about to, or she's driving home from work. I went work today for a few hours and now I'm here working. She's driving. See? Use my imagination. Yeah, I know. All I gotta do is go to the city like I did today and see some sexy things walking around with their umbrellas. Hey, that works. Yeah, not for long, Lucky. You'll be employed soon. I hope so. I pray for that every day so you won't be in here aggravating me. I was teasing Maria earlier. Oh man. Everybody be like, it's the retrograde Marks teasing me. See? Yeah. What the hell? What the helly? What the heliante? Yeah. You're welcome, I guess. Folio. So good. Well, we're gonna be all right. Yeah, my sounds good. See that? The hell? I was a rapper in my past life. My dog's still snoring over here. Yeah, I'm like that. Is the volume messed up today? Is it like making a static noise or anything like that? Yeah, that's good. Lucky you need it. You need the whole bottle and you'll be good. Some people need a bath in holy water. Good, I'm glad it's good. So I guess the other day it must have been some bullshit. Go DJ. Go DJ. I haven't even DJ'd yet. I went and got my equipment, started acting up, started playing music in my workshop, and next thing you know, I just got discouraged. I was like, I can't do this again. I'm gonna get all this publicity. I'm gonna get aggravated. I'm gonna bring out like an old can of worms. I'm gonna get all mad when people aggravate me. I said, I'm not gonna do it now. I said, I'll do it sometime, but I'm not gonna do it now. The thing is I'm in a peaceful place in my life, and I'll explain to you guys because it's only you guys in here anyway. But I'll explain my mentality and what I'm doing. What I'm about to do, what I'm doing now, right? If you guys want to hear it, but when my ex brother-in-law was here in this house, I can only do so much because He was the owner of the house, and I couldn't just do everything that I wanted to do. So when he left 2 years ago, my whole life changed because I'm the man of the house now, right? And I have to take care of my sister and my nephews, and my sister gave me the green light to do whatever I want around here, like it's my house, right? So I told her the only thing I really want is to stay in this apartment the way I've been all this time, and I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna do everything it takes to make everything good around here. And all I want is my workshop, because that workshop is gonna help me make money. So she goes, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Do what you gotta do." She's been my number one supporter in my business and my life anyway. And I told her, I said, I might get back into DJing. I'm just gonna get the equipment because now I have the space. Now I can do it here because that asshole is not here anymore. And then I got caught up with work. I got caught up with, everything else. And then I had to make a choice. I said, I can DJ and get back into all this bullshit drama with everybody. And I don't really want to do that because, like, my DJ days to me are over. I'm just going to have the equipment just in case we want to party one day. We have a party and I just play music through it and stuff and have a good time here and there. Act up here and there and have, like, personal little private parties or whatever. I don't really want to go live and all that bullshit. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? So then I said, I need to make a choice. I can't have all these damn hobbies because I'm not going to have, I'm not going to have the time to do everything. I'm doing good, thanks. I'm just talking about my life story plan that I've made, for the past 2 years. So I said to myself, yeah, I know I'm gonna explain things though, but I said to myself, what's more important to me, getting back into DJing and do something that I already conquered and I already accomplished and I was number one at. And what is there really to do here? I'm old enough now. I don't really care. I'll just do like regular parties at home, and just fuck around and play music here and there or go live sometimes and just do something or whatever. I said, but what's more important to me is my real business and coming on here. So I had to make a choice because if I start DJing, I'm gonna lose interest in coming over here. Then I'm gonna be like, fuck doing psychic shit. I'm just gonna go be DJing now because I can make money over there too, and I can, have more fun and have a different type of thing and have one of my talents come back into my life. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, sweetie? You good? So then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna DJ. I'm gonna make my choice right now. My choice is to remain being online as a reader, and that's where my heart is. That's where my that's where everything that's what I really want to do is keep coming on here every day, twice a day, be on here more active. I feel like I'm drawn over here more, and I feel like I made the best decision I can probably ever make, you know? And I said to myself, I need confirmation from spirit. I need confirmation from God that I'm doing the right thing. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna go live every day for the next like month or two. This is like 2 years ago. I said I'm gonna go live like every day or every other day or see if like it's meant for me to like really do this. Like, like if I'm really meant to be on here more time. And everybody's been telling me come on here more, we need you, blah blah blah. And if you were on here more, you'd be fine, you'll make it. Nah, and I'm like, yeah, right. So, like I said, when my ex brother in law left 2 years ago, I had to make that decision because I couldn't really do this all day either because he would be here during the day, and he'll be wondering, like, what the fuck is this guy doing home all day? I'm not going to tell him what I do. Fuck that. It's none of his business. So, like I said, 2 years ago, when he left this house, my whole life changed. Whereas I was open to do more and I can do more because I had the space, the time, and the privacy. So then I said, you know what? The beginning of this year, the beginning of this year, in January, when I got my van, on January 10th, I got my van. And I remember coming on here and telling everybody how excited I was to, have my new van. Hopefully my business blooms and I get work and this and that. So after a month later, February 10th was a couple days after my birthday, and I remember like being on here and just saying to myself, ever since I got that fucking van, I haven't got like any decent like work like I always do. Like my business has always been steady, but like ever since I got this damn van, it's like I don't get no like I don't get as much work. And I haven't really put my van into any type of, working type of situation outside of my own personal work, right? So then I said, well, maybe getting the van was like, something that I needed, and my other van had to go to my other friend for him to be, to get to a better place in his life, which happened. So I then said to myself, you know what? I'm going to continue to go online. And I can't believe like how much readings I'm getting, how much new clients I've been getting, how much people come in my room and, hang out with me. I feel good when I come on here. I feel like, I'm doing the right thing. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is meant for me to come. Even if I have my new van, it's okay. I'm always going to have work. But if I don't have a lot of work, I can always come on here. This has always been plan B. So then March comes, I'm still here. And I still get a little bit of work here and there with my maintenance business. Meanwhile, my new nice van's outside waiting for work. Still the same thing. I'm making money on here and not in my business. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, Then I got a call, do a little job, did another job, little job here, another job here, another job here, whatever. I come on here, bang, instant work, things happening. I'm happy. I was coming on live. I come on live sometimes twice a day, and or I just come on once a day. It all depends on my day. And I have my personal life to deal with, my own life, like washing my clothes, my dishes, making sure my life is okay, pay my bills. I had to deal with my nephews this week because my sister's business trip. Now they're all going away tomorrow for a week and leaving me in peace. So I can do my own life now and eat my own food and do whatever I want. So the next 7 days are going to be great because I get to do whatever the fuck I want now without anybody aggravating me. So yeah, that's why I made the decision to continue to come on here every day. And I do come on here every single day. There's hardly a day that I miss. And I don't think I know I made the right decision saying, fuck DJing, leave that alone. You need to come on here and you need to deal with this. So this is completely taking over my life. Even though I come on here for a few hours, it completely takes over my life. And when I'm not on here, somebody hits me up for email reading, Instagram reading, whatever. So even though I'm not on here, I'm still getting readings on the outside. And it's weird because I said to myself, because I told Spirit I don't want to be on here. I rather work. I rather like do real work, electrical work like I did today. And then when I went to work today and everything started going crazy, like the light fixture wouldn't go up properly, the screws weren't in the right place. Then I started dealing with the air conditioning box, and that was a fucking nightmare because um, it was all the old one was rusty. It took a while to get it off. Then when I got it off, I had to make holes for the new one, and I didn't bring the drill bit to make the hose big. So I had to like physically like do some other shit to it to make it work. And then like when I left, I was like I was all sweaty and I was wet from the rain. And I sat in my car when I got home because it was pouring. So I sat in my car for a few minutes, and I said to myself, "Well, Mark, look what you said. You'd rather work out here doing this shit, but look what type of day you had. It was all a bunch of bullshit work you had to do. All this shit went wrong. Then you ended up fixing everything. Then it rained. Whereas I don't have to deal with none of that shit when I come live and I'm on here. So sometimes the moral of this story is sometimes you do things you don't want to do, but sometimes God don't give you no choice. You got to do what you have to do, what you need to do. And that is me being on here. And when I'm on here, I'm happy. I have fun. I get hated on, which is normal. But the main thing is it's what I'm meant to do right now, and I'm not gonna fight it anymore like I always do. I always fight it. Like I'm like, fuck that, I ain't going live. I ain't dealing with this bullshit. I don't want to do that. I want work. But it's not what about you want. It's where you're being nudged to be at the time. And this can all change tomorrow, where I get a big job and I'm like, okay, guys, I got a big ass job to do. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna be gone for like a month or two. So you probably won't see me. I'll be too tired, blah, 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 blah. See what I mean? So anything can change just like that. But from the beginning of this year, from the day I got that van, I wouldn't say it's a jinx. It's just like God said, okay, you got your van. You've always wanted that. So we gave you that. The universe gave me my new van that I've always wanted with my name on it and my phone number and, having a real business van, right? I got that wish. And then I said, so my automatic thought is because I got this, I'm going to get more work. But God said, no, bro. You got your new van. You're looking official. You got your wish. Now we want our wish. See what I mean? That's how I look at how Spirit's working with me. They want their wish now. My wish was to get a new van this year. I got it. Right? And their wish is for me to be here. So because they granted my wish, I granted theirs. And I always said I don't want to work hard no more. And when I do, I get annoyed because I'm always working hard and I end up fucking up my body and all sorts of shit. So for the past 6 months, I've been on here a lot. And it's definitely benefited my life 100%. So that's why I stopped the whole thing of being a DJ again, because I had to choose one or the other. So I don't want to have to do all of them. And I don't complain much. And if I do, it's about dumb people or about some stupid shit. But yeah, that's pretty much how life has been this year so far. I have to realize I don't fight it anymore. It becomes natural for me to come on here and just be myself. And that's what I'm doing. All right, let me catch up with what you guys said. Love and Life, you said, I feel you respect your decision. Please don't let anything take you from us. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? I love being on here more than I like being around family too. Oh no, hell no. That's one thing I'm definitely not doing, Lucky. I don't want to cook. I cook for my damn self. Hell no. I don't want to change my life. This is my whole point. I don't want to change my life. My life doesn't need to be changed. My life got changed by God Himself and by Spirit. Spirit said, you ain't, or because you got this new van, don't think you're going to go out there and go get a whole pile of work and go gallivanting all over the fucking place. That ain't happening. Your ass is sitting right here in front of everybody doing what we told you. What this is the deal. This is we getting what we want. You're gonna get what you want. And it feels like I have no choice but to be here because this is the only place that success is coming through the door. You know what I mean? And every time I try to change my life, I end up back here again. So I said, I'm not fighting it anymore. And I spoke to my psychic friend, and she said, I've been telling you this for years, dumbass. that you should be on here every day. You should make it your lifetime and your full-time job. And it's almost becoming that without me even like realizing it. You see what I mean? So as much as I fought not being here, I end up being here. The last thing I want, Lucky, is people coming over to this house and using my pool and eating around here. That's a hell no. Fuck that. Like I said, I don't know if your ears are working, but I just explained myself. That's what I want to do. Being here and like today I had work, with my clients, so that was great. And then I come right back here and I've been on twice already today. So that's the life that spirit wants me to do. That's the only thing they want me to do. Because when I tried to DJ, it all got shut down and by them and by my mind. Even when I got the workshop done, I thought I was gonna get all this work, and then I end up doing the workshop, and now I haven't even been in there that much. Yeah, that's fine, Lucky. No need to apologize. I know you're just trying to like tell me things or whatever. It's fine. I love your opinion. Hey Yvette, how you doing? You're welcome, love and life. I appreciate it. Well, God bless me with you, and God bless you with me. So that's all that matters. Like I'm tired of fighting it, to be honest, because I fight coming on here. I really don't. Not now, but the past year or two, I didn't want to be on here every day. I don't want to be here reading people's lives. I didn't want to be here dealing with fucking people like that aggravate me and shit. But nobody really aggravates me like that no more. I mean, that once in a while, somebody will irritate me here and there, but those people that irritated me are gone now. They haven't been here forever, and I hope they stay away. Right now, I have good people in here. I have old people that don't really aggravate me. That can take a joke, can take some constructive criticism. People can tease me, I tease them back. Nobody's getting offended, and the people that do get offended leave, and I'm glad they leave. They take out themselves, which is great. So, and every time I'm on top of my game here, people always try to take me off my game. So if people are actually doing that, then that means I'm that important. You understand? That's the thing. You see what I mean? So if I'm happy where I am and I have all these good people around me and everybody's happy to see me on here, then why am I gonna fight it? You see? And this is the problem a lot of people have is they fight their destiny. They fight their fate. They fight what they're supposed to do. And I'm tired of doing that. So I just said, you know what? I ain't fighting it no more. And when I said this to my psychic friend that I've known for like over 10 years, she said, Mark, I've been telling you that for years, you fucking idiot. That's exactly what she said. So I've been telling you for years you should be on here more. Fuck that working hard shit. You can come on here and work less hard and work more mentally and spiritually. She goes, this is your calling, but you just don't want to do it. And I said, well, it's not that I don't want to do it. It's because like it doesn't even drain me at all. It doesn't drain me. It doesn't annoy me. What it is I don't want to sit here and do fucking nothing. Shuffling cards isn't hard work. Doing this isn't hard work. So I'm not used to not working hard. So once I can get that thing in my brain where I don't have to work hard, then I'll feel better about myself, because I've always been a work hard guy. I worked hard today for 2-3 hours at that person. So I was doing electrical. That was like a lot of bullshit I did. And I had to go up and down a ladder. I had to do this, do that, go get this, go get that, carry this around, go do that. And it's like fucking annoying. Whereas here I just sit here and just answer questions and it's great. So it's not lazy. It's not a lazy job. It's just a job that I have to get used to. That's all. Yvette, you can ask your question when you're ready. Hey, Fiona, how you doing? I aggravate you a little bit, Mark. Let's be honest. Actually, you don't, Fiona. You don't aggravate me. I'll be honest with you. You don't aggravate me at all. No. But I know who does aggravate me. That's for sure. But see, the thing is the people who aggravate me, I don't get mad. Like I don't get mad at them. I just tease them. That's all. You know, teasing and getting mad at you is two different things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I like to put people in their place, but I always like to help everybody. Yeah, I mean, I don't have love and life. You've been here for years, so I've never had anything bad to say about you, and likewise, we're always happy to see each other and have a good time and talk shit. You're the type of people that I want around here, and that's why you're still here because I don't do anything wrong to you, and you don't do anything wrong to me. We just like talk shit and have fun. You know. But I've been aggravated, but I can handle the aggravation. You know what I mean? I can handle it. It's fine. Like there's a lot of people on here who kind of annoy me, but I don't really like I know that everybody's different and I accept everybody for who they are. But there's some people who I can't handle that, come in here, well not anymore, but the people who used to come in here used to blah 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 about their lives but never do anything to change it. And that aggravates me because you're clogging up my chat room, running your mouth, and then you don't say what you do and do what you say. So I get tired of hearing people like that. If somebody comes in here every day and says, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, I don't want to hear that shit. It's either you do it and then tell me you did it and you're succeeding, and I'll be very happy for you. I'll even support you. But don't come in here and bullshit me and everybody else every day. And I don't mind people in here talking to each other, exchanging pleasantries. That's all good. It don't make no difference to me. Everybody can talk in here as much as they want. But there's some people that are now not here anymore. They used to do that a lot. And I got fed up of it. I don't fucking have time to be listening to bullshit all day. Like, go fuck yourself. You had what? Club soda? CBD soda? Club soda? I guess it's club soda. For the first time, no THC. It's like I took melatonin. Just now, I think that might be all in my head, but I don't know. Tanya. Tanya, what you doing? You be drinking? Yeah, fake biatches don't waste my time. But, you know, it's I've been through my share on here, and I know everybody else has too. But one thing, I'm not like gonna worry about none of this bullshit. You know, that's why I still got people that I know for years in here. Lucky I've known for a long time. Love and Life, I've known you for a long time. Fiona's new. She's been here for a couple months now, I think. And Miss Bikini Tanya, I've known her for just over a year, I believe. Probably a year and a bit, maybe now, I think. So, and I've met a lot of people through other people's channels, and I have a lot of people who I love and I admire and I respect, and same way for me. Love you too, every day, all day. But I do love coming on here and being with everybody. I really do. Uh, but it's all good. Fiona, At least you admit it. See, Fiona says I've been a long time lurker. So at least she admits she's a lurker, you know. But I finally got her to unlurk herself. So I guess I'm doing something right. I made one of my long time lurkers finally talk to me. She was probably scared that I was gonna diss her or something. No, I'm not like that. I only diss people that are fucked up. Yeah, I've known Marley for uh almost 2 years now, I think. Or about 2 years now, I think I've known Marley. I can't remember. I think I've known Marley for like 2 years now. Probably more. But I've known her. I've talked to her a lot more and been cool with her a lot more this past 2 years. But I've known of her for a long time. Since she's been live, I've known her. Cause I got a reading from her a long time ago. But I used to go in her chat, but I never really talked too much. She was always busy in there. But now we talk all the time. Hey Lisa, blessings to you too. But yeah, so that's the story that I'm gonna stick by. That's what's happened to me this year. Um, you know, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing because it's working. I'm not gonna fix anything that ain't broken. But that's what it is. That's what it is. Yvette, I'm waiting for you if you're here. Nah, it when I talk shit to people or make fun of them, it's never with any ill intentions or evil intentions. I just like I'm a sarcastic, joking type of guy. Anybody who knows me should never get offended when I talk shit or just generalize things or or just like teasing and all that stuff. In my previous life, I told everybody about my friend who passed away, Sue. She used to come in here. You guys would have loved her. Everybody did. She used to come in here and talk shit every single day. She used to put me in my place. She used to tease me, talk shit. But it was all good. It was all fun. Like it was all love. It was all like teasing the shit out of me. And I would tease her back and we would talk shit. She was one of my best friends on here. But she passed away 2 years ago. But yeah, we all miss her. And when she passed away, a lot of things changed around here. Not too many people came back because it wasn't the same without her. But some people come back now. You know. Yeah, she passed away from cancer. But sometimes I wear pink for her on the day that on her birthdays and for the anniversary of her death. But I've talked about her a lot lately, and I know she's with me all the time. So you know, I always remember her for her remarks and her teasing me and shit. And I always use her cards too. So oh yeah, that's definitely an Aquarius thing. But not every Aquarius is the same. There's a lot of delusional ones out there that don't stick to the Aquarius plan. But I'm the type of person, I give what I get and get what I give. So if I'm an asshole, then I'm gonna get karma, which I'm not, you know. And people always try to the one famous thing that people do to me is they'd like to change my words or make me feel like, I'm the bad guy because they can't handle the truth. So it's not my problem you can't handle it. You can't handle the heat in the kitchen, then stay the fuck out. And I never beg anybody to come around here and give me anything or do anything for me or say anything about me or to me or whatever. I'm just here, doing my thing. It's just like a grocery store that doesn't have the things you need. You go to another one. It's the same thing in here. If you don't like it, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way up. I'm not here to be fucking pleasing nobody. Yeah, I'll be washing dishes tomorrow, Tanya. I didn't have a chance to do it today, but I will tomorrow for sure. Your next Reiki session is on Monday. Oh, nice, Teresa. Hey, Destiny, how are you, sweetheart? You good? You know me, I'm on that baby blue just for you, Slay Queen. My sister bought me this shirt. She went away for a business trip this week, and she brought me back this shirt. It says Nike Air. It's got like this little thing is M, and of course I got the hat to match it. So I'm good to go. I knew you were coming in here tonight, Destiny. I know you like all that. Yeah, I love this color, to be honest. That my sister showed it to me on her phone. She's like, "Oh, you want this shirt? They have your size." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take it." I was like, "I got the perfect hat for it." Yesterday I wore a different hat. Today I wore the other one that matches it because I knew I had another one that would match it perfectly. So yeah, I'm good. My sister was happy that I wore the shirt today. She's like, "Oh, you're wearing the shirt I got you." I was like, "Duh, I'm gonna wear it. I love this color. I like it." Thanks. I think it looks good too. And I'm wearing white shorts to go with it. So it makes it look like I'm glowing. Slay. If my nephews heard me say that shit, they'll be laughing like crazy. Slay. Yeah, I love blue. Blue has always been one of my favorite colors. I wear green a lot because of my teams, but I like wearing blue though. Blue is like one of my favorite colors. My youngest nephew, he says it all the time. He goes, "Slay." Like if he sees me, the other day I wore like this new shirt and he hasn't seen it yet, but I already had it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I like this shirt, bro. Slay." He'll go like that, and I'll just start laughing. We just love talking shit. All right, so Yvette, you said, "What can I expect from current job while looking for a new job in the next 6 months?" All right, let me see. All right. All right, Yvette. So what I get here is what can you expect from your new job is it's still going to be like pretty much the same thing, different day. It looks like you're going to have to keep putting in a lot of effort to get what you want. Don't rush into anything in your current job either because it'll cause trouble or adversity. You might have some conflicts with some people there. Maybe that's probably why you're looking for a new job. But that conflict and that like situation with certain people will still remain the same for the next couple months until you find something else. It looks like there's a woman that's very vengeful or malicious and deceitful. This is a Queen of Swords reverse. This person is like, probably trying to make your life a little, you know, difficult right now at work, or if this person is, then I would say that, just do what you have to do for now, and don't try to like make business worse than what it already is, or make life at work worse than it is. Just try and like be, as calm as you can, because it can affect your resume for your new job, right? And that's what people want to do. They kind of want to tear you down before you leave, right? Even though this person might not know you're leaving. But there is like a bad woman around that doesn't like you, or gonna try and make your life difficult at work for the next couple months, or has been. Right now, you also might have no ambition to do anything further until you find something else. And you also might be feeling like kind of, you know, less intrigued to do what you got to do. Try not to feel lazy, or like, just content with what's going on. Trying to keep putting in the effort to make things happen. That's your best bet. Your best bet. The only positive thing I have here is to keep persevering, keep making things happen, you know, like keep doing what you got to do so it doesn't affect your long-term success. Yeah, you've been giving him the bare minimum, yeah. So because you're doing that, it's pissing off this woman, you know? So this woman's kind of pissed off at you for doing that, but she still knows that you're going to put in the effort when you do anything. But she'll probably try and cause conflicts, or shit like that. Hey Fever, how you doing? So I would say, to answer your question, give them what you get, because they're not paying. Yeah, there you go. So if they ain't paying, you ain't playing. Right. So I would say keep doing your thing, do what you have to do, and try and get a new job as fast as you can. But try not to rush at the same time. But yeah. But because you're giving them the bare minimum and they're not paying, there's a woman there that's, kind of annoyed at the whole situation. But like you said, if you ain't doing, you know, if you ain't doing it right, then fuck it. If you ain't paying, then why should we give more? People always want more for less and less for more. That's a regular thing in life. Yeah, from the beginning, yeah. Well, the main thing is, you got to also take accountability for being there that long. So if they're paying bare minimum and you're still there, then you got to look at yourself and say, how the fuck am I even putting up with this bullshit? I know my worth. I know how much I really want. So it's up to you to take the stand and say, hey, I'm done. You know, always go and check all your options and always find a better route. There always is one. You just got to find it. And sometimes it'll find you, you know. Yep. Well, that's how it goes. Like I said, less is more, and more is less. So the less you do, the more they want. And then when you make a little, thing, yeah, right. So that's what that, I always tell people, and I explained this earlier, talking about like my life and what I've done. You know, um, we have to take accountability for staying at a place, or staying with someone, or a job, whether it's a person, a job, a place, whatever your life subject is, or what your problem is. You have to take accountability for how you live your life. You can't blame life, you got to blame the way you live it. So if you're living in it in a shitty way, or in a way you're not happy, you got to make the changes. You can't just sit there and pray every day. And I'm not saying you personally, but people in general. And I said this to myself the other day. How am I going to make my life better? But when my life is good the way it is right now I have a good life. I don't have nothing pretty much to complain about. The only thing I complain about every day is stupid people. That's it. That's the only thing I really complain about is how stupid people are. But that's never going to change. There's always going to be dumb people. You just have to understand that those people are born dumb and they're not going to change. So live your life and go on. But take accountability for how you live your life. So if you're at a job that you don't want and you don't like and you're being underpaid, undermined, and disrespected, it's time to go find the job that you need. And if you can't find a job, work for your damn self. Be a subcontractor, sub yourself out. Go do things, make your own money, be your own person. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. See what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. You can't expect shit to just fall in your lap, because when it does, it becomes fucked up in the end. But when you go and get it, and it feels so much better when you actually make your life better, because then you're like, okay, I'm comfortable now. All I had to do is take accountability and take the right steps. Simple. Life can be very easy or it can be very hard. It's up to you, really. Yeah, that's true, Fever. A lot of people always, when they have a job, you know, when they have a job, like the other jobs come through and then you're content with what you have or you're comfortable with what you have so you don't, worry about it. But when you're unemployed looking for something, it takes forever. And, you know, I always give my example of myself. I had I had a lot of jobs I did a lot of jobs and I learned a lot of things. And I said, I'm not working for anybody else anymore. I'm not getting paid the money I deserve. I'm not getting what I worth. So I went on my own. And I've had my own maintenance and electrical business for the past 18 years. And I've been on here for 6 years. So if I've been doing shit so long, what does that mean? That means it works. My other jobs weren't that long because I got fed up because I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't getting what I'm worth. And now I am. So now I'm happier, right? So like I said, even if you don't want to go on your own, you can always get the best job possible for you. But one thing my mom always says, and I preach it on here, my mom says you can get 10 jobs, and I guarantee you that every job you have, there's always going to be somebody at those 10 jobs that's going to piss you off, aggravate you, hate you, disrespect you. There's always going to be somebody. And even when you go on your own, there's always going to be that client that pisses you off, that person, that subcontractor that doesn't do their part and you do yours. There's always going to be comparisons and competitions and annoyances. So you got to understand, no matter where you are, it's never going to be perfect. It never will be perfect. So just roll with it as long as you're not disrespecting yourself. That's all. That's the main thing. Well, that's good, Yvette. Just like work day by day, do your thing. Yeah, you can always improve. You can always get better. Always. Hey, Dan, how you doing? You good? Find the lesson and then God will close that door. Yeah. But the thing is, God's door is always open. You just gotta pray to Him, and He'll make things happen. But if you can't believe in yourself, then how is He supposed to believe in you? How is He supposed to give you? How is Spirit supposed to give you what you ask for if you don't do the work and you don't put in the time? You can't just sit there and pray at a church every day and expect God to perform miracles. It don't work that way. That's why people who go church every week don't have shit, because they've been praying and sitting there on their asses on that hard fucking bench, and they're praying and praying and their life ain't getting better because they think that by praying that they're gonna be all right. It don't work that way. You gotta put in your time. Praying is just for the protection for you to get where you need to go in the right place in the right time. But you still gotta put in the work. Fuck you doing? You gotta put in that work. You gotta make shit happen. And then once you get the ball rolling and you do something that you're happy with, you're gonna be protected to do so. That's how my life is now and always has been for the past umpteen years. I pray every day, but I still got to work. I still got to do my part every day. Don't you guys see me on here every day? If I'm not here every day, what's going to happen? You think God's going to send people to me? No. I got to put in the work and then he'll send you the people to me. Praying in action. There you go. That's what's up. Yeah, destiny, that's true. Find a place that values you so you can grow. But that's the thing. You can find a wonderful boss. Now, I'll tell you a story, right? About the last boss I had before I went on my own. So I know this guy. I've known him since Army, and then I know he had an electrical business. And I said, hey, bro, I'm not like a qualified electrician, but I know my shit. And I was wondering if, I can join your team. And he goes, yeah, sure, man. When you want to start? I said, I'll start tomorrow, bro. Where you want me to be? So I said, you serious? You'll hire me? I said, well, how much you going to pay me? He says, $20 an hour. And I was about 26 years old. So I was like, $20 an hour. I was like, all right. He goes, I'll pay you more if you can prove to me that, you know what time it is. You'll be on like a probation period. And I was like, all right, cool. No problem. So I said, yeah, $20 an hour. That's not bad. 20 something years ago. I was like, all right, cool. So I started working, got my tools and shit. Started working with him, made friends on the job. One of the guys I met started showing me how to do more stuff. I learned from him, and he wasn't qualified either, but he knew his shit. And he's one of my best friends till today. I've known him for 20 years, 22 years. So he taught me shit, and then I started getting cool with everybody because that's the type of person I am. I like to be cool with everybody, especially people I work with. I like to be cool. I don't want to have no animosity or beef with nobody. I want to be a team player. I want to, make sure everybody's on the same page. And I also like to make sure that no one's going to be doing what they're not supposed to be doing. We're fucking around with electrical work. So shit can blow up, shit can burn down, and I don't want to be a part of any of that bullshit. So anyway, after a year of working with him, he gave me a raise. He put me at $21.50. So I was like, that's a little better. It's all good. I love my job. I'll make the money. It's cool. I got benefits, insurance, and all that. And I get to. So then I started driving one of his vans. So the other guy started getting a little jealous because I was climbing the ladder really fast. Because that's who I am. I don't want to stay at the bottom of the ladder. I want to work my way up. So within a year, I was already driving his van because I have a license and the other guys didn't. But they switched it around to say that I was kissing ass and, always, irritating me and shit like that, trying to make me feel like I was like the boss pet, which I wasn't. So anyway, I started getting better and better. I'm always been ambitious. I always want to make my work perfect. So we did this big job one time with these rich people, and I was there 24/7. So the people loved me, and it was like, yo, how long you been working for this guy? I'm like, oh, about a year and a half now, almost 2 years. Oh, cool. Would you consider going on your own one day? I said, yeah, maybe. I said, maybe one day I will. He goes, oh, well, you're really good at what you do. We've been watching you, and, I hope you're getting paid well. And I'm like, these people are like trying to pry into my life, right? But they weren't. They were just trying to see, like, what was the deal? So I said, well, I don't make much. I said, I feel like I can make more. And they was like, yeah, you need to go on your own. You know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. So those words started to stick in my head. because people like the people were seeing like what I was about. So I was 28 at the time, you know, and I said, you know what, I don't know what I want to do. Like this is kind of bothering me now. A few people's told me that, I should work for myself and make more money. So then Christmas comes and we're off for like 2 weeks because of Christmas. So I pulled my boss aside. I said, look, man, I've been here for 2 years. I'm driving the van. I appreciate you giving me the van, to take home and have my tools in and work and all that bullshit. But I feel like I should make more money. I feel like I'm worth it. And he starts laughing at me. He goes, if you think you're going to make more money, you won't be making more money here. I can give you maybe another $1, but that's it, because you ain't worth no more than that. And I'm like, okay, no problem. So I looked at him and I wanted to like rip him apart, right? So he was like kind of making like, irritate, making fun of me, saying that I wasn't worth what I was worth. But what it is, he was jealous because I had climbed the ladder so fast and everybody was talking about me. So I could see where it was going. So I said, well, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. I'm going to give you like, what I think. I'm going to tell you something and you can say yes or no. So I said, I want $25 an hour or I'm leaving and I'm not coming back after Christmas. So he was like, oh, I have to think about it. I have to think about that. That's a lot of money. I said, that ain't a lot of money. I said, pure people are making way more money than me and they don't even do what I do. Oh, but what do you mean you do this and I said, I do everything. What the fuck you talking about? I said, you're going to deny what I do now? So then we had a little argument. And then one of the contractors that gave us a lot of work, he said, Mark's a very good employee. He does a good job and you better keep him. You better pay him. So he came back to me the next day and he said, all right, I talked to, some of the guys and they said that you're worth the money, blah, blah, blah. So you had someone else had to tell you I was worth that money. So I see where it was all going, right? And I was like, yeah, whatever. So because he's going to give me more money, he's going to irritate me more. I know he is. And that's exactly what happened. So he paid me the $25 an hour like I asked. And about 3 months later, he went away. And he went away for the first time and put the business in my hands. Right? And I see what he was trying to do, right? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I was already like in charge of the guy that was already there for years, and he didn't like that. But we ended up becoming, very good friends, and we still are till today. But that bastard, he tried to ruin our friendship. So anyway, while he was away, unfortunately, I got sick and I got food poisoning. So I was home for like 2 days straight. And I didn't have a doctor's note because I couldn't even go nowhere because I had food poisoning. I was fucked. So I put the 2 guys in charge. I said, look, just do that job. He told me he wants this done, that done, whatever. So I called him while he was away and said, look, man, I'm really sick. I got food poisoning. I don't know what the fuck happened, but, I'm all fucked up. I'm going to need probably like 3 days to recuperate. So on the 3rd day, on the 4th day, I went back to work. And those guys had done their job, nothing wrong, everything was fine, all that shit. So then when he came back from away, he didn't pay me for the 3 days that I was sick. And I said, this is bullshit. You didn't pay me for my sick days. I'm entitled. When you're a full-time employee, you're entitled to 8 sick days a year. And I said, come to think about it, you didn't pay me my 8 sick days from last year. Because I didn't take 8 sick days. I only took maybe 3, I think. And I said, that's it. He goes, oh, I gave you 2 weeks vacation. I said, that's also a mandatory thing. I said, that's a Bermuda law, bro. I said, well, you've had a business all these years. You didn't know that? I said, so by the way, look, I'm going to give you another ultimatum. You're going to pay me these 3 days that I was sick because you owe me the 8 sick days. And you're going to pay me 8 sick days you're going to pay me the 5 sick days from last year. And if you don't, I'm calling my lawyer and I'm going to fuck you. That's what's going to happen. So he says, yeah, well, let me tell you something. You're fired. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want people like you around me telling me what to do. You're already been a pain in my ass. You don't owe these ultimatums. How could you give me ultimatums? I'm your boss. You're not mine. I said, well, without me, this shit ain't getting done. So you're going to have to work and get off your ass then. I said, you can fire me. It's no problem, but you'll be hearing from my lawyer. No lie. 2 hours later, one of his main contractors that I know well, he calls me. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I heard what happened. He goes, listen, you're absolutely correct about the 8 sick days because you're a Bermudian. You're entitled to 8 sick days a year, and you're entitled to your 2 weeks vacation. Everything you said to your boss is true, and I had to put him in his place and tell him that, that you were right. And I said, let me tell you something, bro. You think you're talking to a little fucking kid? You're only a year or two older than me, and so is my boss. I've been in this world just as long as you guys. I know you know the rules and you know the law, but you try to get over on me because you think I'm dumb, and I'm not putting up with that shit. He goes, well, just to let you know, you can come to my house right now and pick up the check because your boss wrote a check for me to give to you because you won't answer his calls, and you return the van and all the keys and everything. I said, yeah, because he fired me. He told me fuck off. And but he says you're going to call your lawyer and he's going to get in trouble. I said, good. I said, I'm glad he's shitting himself because he thinks that because he's my boss, he's going to tell me what the fucking law is and what the law is and not is. I said, look, you can take that check. You can rip it in half or shove it up his ass. I don't care. I don't need his money. I don't need that check. I said, I'm going on my own, and fuck you and fuck him. And I hung the phone up. And that was it. I never heard from any of them ever again. And I said, you could take it all and kiss my ass. And then the next day, a friend of mine called me and said, hey, I heard you got fired from that asshole, blah, blah, blah. Come work for me, bro. I'll give you $30 an hour. I need somebody right now. I said, I'm on my way, bro. So this guy employed me at $30 an hour for about 3 months. And then I said, look, bro, no offense, I'm going on my own. I just came from the office. I got my business registered, Mark's Maintenance, and I'm kicking in. I'm going to go buy a van, go buy some tools. And if you need me work for you, I'll still come work for you, subcontract, and, blah, blah, blah. And that's how it all went. I got to the point where I got fed up and I just went on my own. So at the age of 29, I went on my own and I never looked back since. So the moral of the story is, always know your value and fuck your boss if they don't give you the time of day or they want to fuck you over. You be your own boss and you do what the fuck you want to do. And that's the best life you can give yourself. In my field, it's a good thing to do. But some people, obviously, they can't. But if you can, go for it. Because it'll make you a lot happier and you get to do whatever you want the right way and make the money you deserve. And that's it. Simple. And that's my story. And I've told that story on here millions of times. So if you can't go on your own, or you don't want to go on your own because you can't financially or you can't make it, don't ever believe that either. Because when I went on my own, I emptied my whole bank account. There was nothing in there because I bought my car, my tools, and I went about my business. And I had a lot of help from my sister. She helped me buy shit and I paid her all back with work. So it all worked out. So all you need is 1 or 2 people to really help you and really be about that life, and then you can make it. So I encourage everybody to always do what's best for yourself, not for your boss. And if you want to be your own boss, you got to put in the work. And that's simple. I bust my ass for years. And now I'm sitting pretty. I'm just chilling, work when I want to, go and come as I please, select whatever work I want, because I work my ass off to get to this point. So if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not better than nobody else. I'm not perfect, and I'm a person like everybody else. And if I can do it, you can do it. And I came from fucking nothing when I started my business. I had zero, nothing. There you go, Dan. See, they don't pay you enough. You're damn right. But see, a lot of people, they really don't want to go on their own because they're scared, or they don't want to. It's just like let's use this as an example. A lot of people don't want to get their own channel because they think that they can't do it, or they think that they're not good enough, or they think that I'm going to be wrong on somebody's reading, or I don't know how to really explain my gift. Or man, I said the same thing when I went live. I'm not sure if I'm really about this life. I don't know if I'm going to make it. And here I am 6 years later. You can't just expect shit to just happen overnight. There's going to be years where it's going to be tough, and there's going to be years where you're going to be like, wow, I'm so glad I didn't give up. Trust me, your life is never going to be perfect. There's no business out there that is succeeding 24/7 for years and years and years and years. There's going to be a year where it's going to flop. There's going to be a year where it's not going to be that great. There's going to be years where it's going to be okay, or not as good as the last year. It's never consistent, never perfect. It don't work that way. But you got to accept it. Once you accept that you're never going to be perfect, or it's going to be bad in good days, then you'll be fine. You just got to accept it and just know that whatever happens, happens because it has to happen. That's why when it's good, go for it. When it's bad, take your time and see how you're going to make it better. Don't sit there and give up. Hell no. Take it from me. I've come a long way, and I'm still not perfect. And I never will be. But one thing I know is I know my worth. I know what I'm worth, and I remember that. And I know where I came from. And I don't disrespect nobody unless you disrespect me first. And that's all that matters to me, you know? But I'm going to make sure I give you everything I can, because that's what you're paying for. Yeah. Sissy Pada. That's right. And I'm telling you, man, I'm not. People think that everything is great. Nothing's perfect in my life, but I had to make it to a point where it's almost perfect. It won't be perfect, but it's almost perfect. And that's why I said at the beginning of this live is right now, to me, my life is perfect and almost perfect, because I'm doing what I've always wanted to do, is control my own life. And that means I can go to work like I did this morning and do electrical work. That's what I did because I love it, right? I love doing electrical work. I went to go do my client's job, 2.5 hours in and out of the rain. I came home, cleaned up, had lunch, went live for an hour or so, came here, had fun, and now I'm back again. That's the life. And I get to hang out with people I like and love. I can talk about my life and encourage other people to do better and to do what I do. Why not? I'm not sitting here telling you, you can't do that. You're not good enough. That'll never come out of my mouth. Hell no. I'm on here telling people every day, go on their own and do what you got to do. Pain in the ass. This damn dog's going crazy over here. She's dreaming and her tail's whacking the ground. Well, don't be scared. Just make it happen. Destiny said I have to go and do some work, but see you guys. All right, Destiny, take care, sweetie. I'm glad you came by. And stick to it. Make those kids happy. Do your thing. Slay. Teresa, you at the grocery store? All right, good. Get me a chocolate. Thanks. I need some dessert. I didn't have any. She's like, okay, I'm going to get the chocolate and eat it myself. Yeah, but anyway, we can all share our life experiences and what we want to do, you know? Yeah, Yvette, it can be a roller coaster, but, you know, just be, and like you said, be grateful, and regardless of the hiccups, you know you're doing what you have to do. And you got to understand that you're never going to be perfect, and neither is the people who deal with you either. And if we can be humbled by not being perfect, then your life gets better, because trying to be perfect is never going to happen. And thinking life is going to be perfect, it's never going to happen. But you can get it to a point where you're comfortable, literally comfortable with your life. And right now, I can honestly say that right now I feel comfortable with my life, but I know I can be better, much better. I know I can do a lot more if I try. I know I can do a lot more if I really get off my ass and do it. But right now, I like to be comfortable. I want to relax. I want to take time out for myself. I want to do what I want to do. So if I feel like working like I did this morning, I'll go to work. If I feel like coming on here, I'm going to come on here. If I feel like I want to wake up tomorrow and clean my apartment, I'm going to clean my apartment. If I want to fold those clothes in the back and take them upstairs, I'll do that next. If I feel like rearranging my hats and putting some other ones somewhere else, I'm going to do that. You know, why not? We're only here for so long. We might as well do what the fuck we want. As long as you're not disrespecting nobody and doing something bad and evil, then you're good. That's what I say. Yeah. Go for your dreams and your desires and make it happen. Don't waste no more time, man. Go for it. Anybody tells you can't do it, tell them, no, I'm going to do it. And some wedding cake. Yes, please. That's the best cake in the world is wedding cake. Because, you know, they spend a lot of money on that shit. Dan, how was your wedding cake? Watch Dan tell me something crazy. What's my favorite chocolate candy? My favorite chocolate is Wispa. WISPA. And it's from Cadbury. Cadbury. It's an English chocolate, but it's called Wispa. It's my favorite. Wispa's my favorite. I like Kit Kat as well. Kit Kat is probably my second favorite. I like Reese's Pieces, Snickers, M&M's. I like all Cadbury's chocolate. It's really good. I like Cadbury. It's nice. But Wispa's my favorite. I feel... Dark chocolate is nice. I like dark chocolate covered almonds. That's what I like. I like chocolate almonds, like the chocolate with the almond in the middle. I like that. Chocolate covered almonds. But I like the dark chocolate one. Yeah, those are my favorite. Yeah, Reese's Pieces is nice. I like Reese's Pieces. But I can't eat a lot of that because it's like really, you know, really rich and stuff. No, I don't like cherry. I don't like cherry stuff too much. It's all right. My mom likes cherry, but not me. I like cherry, but it has to be in a different way. Oh yeah, there you go, Tanya. Just do whatever. Whatever makes you happy, go for it. You live in your own world. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. But I agree with your idea. You know, I believe you should leave it. Why not? As long as it isn't bothering you. Well, you can do. That's a good idea. It's better than throwing it away. At least you let the animals eat it. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's up to you. Whatever you feel is right, do it. Dan said, I'd love to tell you it was like 8 tears with Elvis on top. I knew you was going to say some crazy shit. It was low key raspberry with white cake with buttercream frosting. Hey, that sounds good. I like raspberry cake. I like raspberry. It's nice. I like raspberry cheesecake. That sounds good though. That's a nice wedding cake. Why not? Where is Fiona? She's probably lurking. Yeah, raspberries are nice. I like raspberry. Raspberry, strawberry, blueberry. I don't mind. Any type of desserts. I like the other day I had oh, I didn't even know she did natal charts. She told me she's a cancer. Oh no, she's here. She ain't no damn Pisces. You ain't doing my damn chart. She be acting like a Pisces though. I'll give it to you there. She definitely acts like a Pisces. Pisces people are just like her, so you might be right. No, she ain't February. No. Eh. Oh, good Lord. Welcome to dealing with Lucky, Fiona. Welcome to dealing with Lucky. This is the joy you get for dealing with her. See? You know what she did? She said, my B day is 2/22/1981. She wrote that here. I got your confirmation. I scrolled up and she said 2/22/1981. She fucked up. See, look. Welcome to dealing with Lucky. See? See what you gotta put up with? Welcome to my world. Now you gotta do the whole fucking chart all over again. See what a pain in the ass you have to deal with? Now you know why I called her a pain in the ass. 2 is over here and 7 is way over here. Oh, I love carrot cake. Yeah. Hell yeah. Carrot cake is delicious. My sister makes good carrot cake, but she don't want to make it no more because her ex husband used to like it, so it gives her like that them vibes. But now that she's going away tomorrow for a week, then that means that I'll eat carrot cake. I should get my mom to do it. Actually, that'd be great. Actually, I'm gonna talk to my mom 'cause I think she still has the recipe. I need to hook up with my mom on this week coming up, and me and her need to do some really nice food. I think it's time. It's a mother son food combinations, and we need to do some cool desserts like we used to do back in the day. Yeah. I'm gonna talk to my mom and say, Mom, I know you don't have the patience, but I'll do all the work. All you gotta do is tell me how to do it. With cream cheese frosting, yes, for sure. That's the best carrot cake. See what you gotta put up with, Fiona? Give me a second. Yes, Diamond, I got up. I'm getting some water, okay? It's okay, baby. I'm not going nowhere. You can lay there. Welcome to Dealing with Lucky. Told you she was a pain in the ass. Mark, you're not helping. You're not helping, Mark. Stop it, Mark. Yummy. That's true, Fever. Oh, man. For sure. Yes, Tanya's nicer. Just by a bit. You make her dinner and then ask her? Yeah, maybe. You're being a butthead, Dan. Stop. Tanya, you said you never had your chart done? You can get it done for free. All you gotta do is go on cafeastrology.com and just type in your information and it gives you a free one. And it's very accurate. Well, you can get it done by your friends, but make sure you don't have Lucky giving the information. Then you'll be good. Fiona does charts. Apparently, I never knew that. See, look, she says you have stelliums and in Cancer and Libra, just like me. There you go. Now you know why they're alike. I don't think she has a channel. She admitted that she lurks in my channel. You know, she likes to lurk. But now she's not a lurker. She actually talks in here. And now she's being conned into doing a chart. See, the Fiona doesn't have a channel. Fiona is reluctant. See, and I just finished talking about reluctant people. Well, I'm glad it's just a little static. I'm not going to be on here for too much longer, actually, because I have to wake up at like 5:30 in the morning to take my sister and nephews to the airport. So it's almost 11 here, so I need to get in my bed soon so I can at least get some sleep. Miss Bikini, your chart is 420, and it means that you should have smoked a lot of weed in your life, but you didn't. Instead, your coochie took the blame, you know, and you drove men crazy. And yeah, don't put in all your information like that, 'cause then people are gonna take your shit. You know, my neighbors all talking loud as shit. The fuck? Shut up! I can't stand my neighbor's daughter. She's got the most aggravating voice in history. Like, oh my god! Like, shut up. Oh, Dan said Fee and I are gonna start a channel. Point counterpoint. See, there you go. See, Dan's already taking my advice on starting a channel and making his life better. See, there you go. Your ascendant is Capricorn, lucky, and your descendant is Cancer. No wonder. No wonder she's so needy. That's what it is. A Cancer and a Capricorn. No wonder. That's where the need comes in. That's where the pain in the ass comes in. The Capricorn. Yes. You're absolutely right, Fiona. Astrology ain't that good. No. She was a quadruple Capricorn and a quadruple everything. I agree, Dan. I agree. My bad. I'll be nice. I know. We used to light farts together, and then she got a little too. I don't know. She lied so much that it just was a Capricorn. Capricorns lie a lot anyway. Yeah, she tried to put juju on me. I don't. Oh, I didn't read the rest of that. It says, so you look for partners who provide comfort and emotional support. That's why ain't no partners found her because they don't want to give her comfort and emotional support because they're like this damn emotional Capricorn Cancer. Get the heck out of here. I'm tired listening to your ass. That's why I know guy wants to deal with her Cancer and Capricorn ass. Like I ain't listening to your emotions, woman. Don't be crying around here. You're a grown woman. Shut your mouth and get it done. She's like, but I love you. And he crocodile tears coming down and her bottom lip sagging. And the guy's like, fuck this. What are you again? Cancer and Capricorn? Hell fucking no. I'm out of here. Bye. Fuck that. I don't blame. I don't blame. That's why the Aquarius guy left her ass. He's like, no, fuck that. I ain't dealing with your ass today. No. Dan says I have Cancer placements too. Yeah, but you got an Aquarius wife, so it all balances out. The Aquarius wife's like, Dan, not today. Like, yes, baby. No problem. I'm sorry. Yes, mom. It's all good. I'm sorry. I'll stay in my lane. You better. Yeah, Leah's. Tanya. Slay. That's my new lingo. I love in life. You're a Virgo? No wonder I like you. Actually, no wonder I love you. You're a Virgo. As long as you're not a Virgo, then that's all that matters. There's Virgos and there's Virgos. But I told you that doesn't matter because everybody's different. You got to go by somebody's character, not their sign. I would never ask somebody's sign right off the bat. I go by what I see and what I hear and how the person acts, the character. Because sometimes their sign will surprise you. You'd be like, no way, this person's what? No way. Hold on a second. Come here, baby. I'll give you some. Come here. You want some water? Here you go, baby. Here you go. You got some water, okay? I'll give you some. You can have some more water. Go ahead. Okay? We'll go pee-pees in a minute. I had to give my dog some water. Now she's drinking it. Yo, what's up, Mike? How you doing, bro? How you been, man? Yeah, all was good. I can't complain. Don't make sense. Dan, that's a good thing. But she don't even do that, Dan. She's too busy in here. Mike, tell me a story, bro. What's going on? It's good to see you. Once in band camp. Once in band camp, I did this. Oh, right, you're a Scorpio. I mean, a Scorpio. Yes. I thought it was Virgo. My bad. My eyesight's all messed up. My bad. I'm sorry. You're a Scorpio. Scorpio and Scorpio. Which one are you? See, Scorpio is like Aquarius, well, fixed signs. The fixed signs are Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus. So those four signs usually get along, you know. Are you a Scorpio or a Scorpio? You got Scorpios, Leos, Virgos. Um, what else was it? Oh, I say another thing I say is once you go Gemini, you can't deny. Once you deal with Aquarius, you always beg. I mean, no, sorry. Once you go Aquarius, you go delirious. And what else do I say? I don't really like Capricorns too much because they're annoying. Aries people are annoying. Aries and Capricorn women are probably the worst for me. Pisces men are annoying. They can be very like annoying and dramatic and cry babies and get in love too much and get all caught up in love and be weird. Uh, you know, let me see. Um, who did I miss? Oh, Sagittarius. I get along with Sagittarius people. They're cool. Fire signs, I pretty much get along with so much. Pretty much. I gotta catch up here. Oh, you didn't know who that cute fat man I haven't been out today. I was telling everybody earlier about the fat guy at the grocery store who complimented your purse and then you ran away. I was telling Marley this afternoon that you made me laugh when you said that. Lucky strive for diplomacy, harmony, and balance in your career. Libra in that placement is suited for creative fields, so work in the arts or social justice is a good fit. Shit. And then Dan said, remember the old little feature song, Fat Man in the Bathtub. Yes, it is a good taste. Yes, Teresa. I like my chocolate bars. I just try not to eat a lot of them. You have Stadium in Libra, like so you're all about being fair and just. Oh Lord. You get along with Taurus, yeah. Well, Scorpios should get along with Taurus, Aquarius, um, Leo, and yeah, Scorpio. Yeah, but you love me though. Okay, Teresa, take care. I'm gonna get out of here soon too because I gotta go sleep because I gotta get up early tomorrow. Take care, Teresa. Good seeing you. Blessings to you too. Have a good night. Tanya's like, I wasn't used to that. Okay. Next time I'm leaving that damn purse home. Fiona, are you finished the Great Lucky's chart? Oh, Lucky, you're leaving too? Thank God. Bye, Lucky. Good night. I'm leaving too, actually, guys. I gotta get out of here. Okay, good. She don't need nothing else. Her chart, I already know it's in her chart. In her third house, in her third house, in Cancer and Capricorn, it says pain in the ass. That's what it says. I am leaving. I'm leaving right now. I gotta go. Because I gotta wake up super early tomorrow and I'm already like half asleep. But I need to go though. I got my chart done a few times, but a lot of it's accurate, but some of it's like, yeah, whatever, you know. It tells you all these things, but to me, astrology is okay for what you need it for, but it can't predict the future, in my opinion. Some of it can. Some things can be predicted, but not everything. It's just like psychic shit too. You can't predict the future either. Not everything. Yeah. Unless you have a serious spirit team. But on that note, I love astrology, don't get me wrong. And I love birth charts and stuff, but sometimes a lot of us there's astrologers out there that just talk to hear themselves. They're like, yeah, in the North Node, we have Uranus square Pluto in the third degree, and this is going to make everybody go crazy right now. So you might have, a sixth toe grow in or an ingrowing toenail in the month of March in 2027. I can't stand people who talk like that. I'm like, bro, astrology ain't that. You be fucking whack. Anyway, good night, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. And I will be here tomorrow at some point in time. And you're going to see me a lot this week because I'll be here all by myself and I get to do whatever I want because everybody's going away and I'm get to be all by myself. And I'm excited to do a lot of things that I need to do now that I don't have to be an Uber driver for the next week and take care of my nephews. I ain't got to do nothing. I got to take care of myself. All right. So I will see you all tomorrow. All right. Take care. Bye.